Hey everyone, Tony George, DocSports.com, Tuesday update. Major laptop issues. Matter of fact, I'm taping this on a backup laptop and I'm thinking that the sound works, so bear with me today as I'm way behind the eight ball. Obviously, I'm going to talk about the postseason. I'm going to talk about numbers. Then we're going to talk about the New York and Miami game in the NBA. Then we'll tell you what's going on over at the website. Be sure and thumbs up, subscribe, click the link in the description below. Get a free $60 from Docs. If you've never been a member, we'll park $60 in a new account, and you can use it anywhere on the website that you would like. Don't like me, I don't care. Plenty of people do, plenty of people don't. It's okay. Just like life, some people like you, some people don't. Some people think you're a great guy, and other people think you're an a-hole. Just in personal and professional life. So, whatever, there's a lot of options over there and a ton of free stuff. I was looking at the NHL tonight. Now, we had the Devils last night who dominated the Rangers. I didn't think it would be that easy. But nonetheless, we took a pass tonight. But as I'm looking at some of these numbers, and I'm gonna roll in the 76ers game last night as well. Let's just start with the NBA real quick, and then we'll get to the NHL. How they correlate. There have been 5 games, to my knowledge, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that have been double-digit spreads in the playoffs, and all those underdogs have covered, and if I'm not mistaken, 2 of them won outright, including Philadelphia last night without one of the best players, if not the best player in the NBA this year. When you get to this point in the postseason, nobody, and I mean nobody, is here by accident. Laying double digits. If you're laying 10 in the NBA in the postseason, that's like laying 22 in March Madness. And in the postseason, look, remember the March Madness? Purdue loses to a 16 seed. When you get to the postseason, it is a different animal altogether. You got to be careful laying huge numbers. Anybody can beat anybody at any given moment for no reason whatsoever. Now, last night, Denver's just that much better and our free play didn't win. That was a very low scoring game, which surprised me. Murray, we had a prop on him. He went 0 for 9. From 3-point range. When's that ever happened? My gosh. And they still won. They're one of their second best player on their team played like dog crap, and they won. That tells you just how much of a matchup problem they are for Phoenix. Will they sweep that series? No. Will they win it? Hell yeah. Yeah. Number 1 seed for a reason. Now, when you look at the NHL tonight, there's no team in the NHL that should be laying $170, $180 in the second round of the playoffs. Can Dallas at -185 beat Seattle? Total 5.5. Yeah, they should, but they shouldn't be laying $185 against anybody in the second round. All these teams are good. There's not that much difference between the two of them. Same thing with Toronto and Florida. Florida just knocked out the number 1 seed. They're catching 165. Now, the unfortunate thing is they're both on the road. So they're at a disadvantage. I think maybe that Dallas-Seattle could go over 5.5. That would be the only lean, and I mean slight lean, in NHL tonight, would be that over. But again, and Toronto's record in the postseason, you want to go down through the annals of history recently? They're not that dependable. And Tampa Bay wasn't a great team this year. They were a good team, but they weren't a great team. And I don't know if you want to tab Toronto as the Maple Leafs as a great team. Great team. Just saying. These numbers are ridiculous. They're making you pay a premium price. There's value in the dogs. I don't see it tonight in game 1. You want to see how it shakes out. But if they continue to post these large numbers, you got to be looking at dogs. Again, this is a postseason. These guys are pros. Just saying. Now, tonight, we've got a totals play in the Lakers and the Warriors game, but I want to talk about New York and Miami. Now, I just watched, pardon me, those Cocoa Puffs went down fast. Coming back up a little bit. I just watched ESPN. They were talking about, from Madison Square Garden, Jimmy Butler, who turned an ankle in game 1, who has been the key component for Miami in the postseason. He's played some games that have been unbelievable, and he's an unbelievable player. He picks and chooses his spots when he wants to show up, but apparently he's motivated in the postseason, and Spoelstra is the best coach in this series for Miami. But they're up against the wall tonight. Now, he participated in shoot-around this morning, but he's not 100%. Game time decision. They beat New York, shooting 42% from the floor in game 1, when New York on their home floor shot 48%. That doesn't happen very often. This thing's dropped down to 5.5 since the news of Jimmy Butler has a better than average chance of playing tonight. I was going to go first half line, it's -4. The game line is -5.5. Also, I've said this a million times. Offense is for show. Offense sells tickets. Defense wins big games. And rebounding wins championships in basketball. Well, not only did the New York Knicks outshoot from the floor overall Miami, 48% to 42%, they out-rebounded them 48 to 39 and still lost. Part of the reason they lost, they went 7 for 34 from three-point range. They're not going to play that bad tonight. Randall, okay game. Brunson, horrible game. So, a small free play with a hobbled Jimmy Butler. I like New York to win and cover this number tonight for your free play. Say they win by 6 to 8 points. They're right on the button here, but I think New York, I think they can win this series. I think the Miami Heat are on a hell of a run. No doubt about it. You know, this is a team that beat what I consider to be the best team in the East. You know, Boston's too inconsistent. You saw that last night. I mean, I don't think it's calling all cars for Boston like it is for Phoenix right now. The way they've played 2 games against, you know, and just been dominated on both ends of the floor in every single category known to mankind by Denver. You know, this game is not that way. You know, but I thought, you know, so you got to give Miami street cred because they really did a nice job against Milwaukee. And I think Milwaukee just took them for granted. Milwaukee is very poorly coached. Despite them having one under their belt, a title, they're very poorly coached. But that being said here, I really like the fact that New York had all those numbers and yet still lost. I think they come to fruition tonight and they get the win and the cover against Miami because Butler's not going to be 100%. You know, this is a team also that has Tyler Hero out, Oladipo out, and somehow they're still winning. They won a game shooting 6% less from the floor than the other team on the road the other night. That's not going to happen again. I think New York plays their best game in recent memory here and gets a big win tonight at home. That's your free pick. Over at the website today, we've got a doubleheader in Major League Baseball. We got a totals pick in this game. We passed in the NHL. We passed in a player prop. Didn't have a chance to research anything because I had laptop issues all morning. Still do. This is a backup laptop. This is Mrs. George's laptop. And mine is in the other room with a gentleman at my house getting repaired right now. So hopefully I'll be able to get a full slate of games up for you tomorrow. Doc Sports, place to be. Have a great Tuesday.